Jon Parr, COO for Syngenta, welcome to the 9th Forum for the Future of Agriculture. So Jon, we've looked at where agriculture meets environment in this space and comes and talks together before. One of the themes for this conference is no time for business as usual, with 200,000 more mouths every day to feed. That really is the message, isn't it?
I think that's right. I mean, there's some very stark statistics that have been shared with us this morning, and we've been told very clearly 7 billion population heading to 9, but of the 7, 2 billion actually overnourished, eating too much, and almost 1 billion not getting enough. And we've had it explained very eloquently that agriculture in its endeavour is contributing to nearly a third of the world's greenhouse gas production, and that this is a trajectory we simply can't live with, so there's a job to be done.
Where does Syngenta step in and influence the debate? What did you tell the forum today?
Well, I told the forum a couple of things. Firstly, that this is a complex issue and there's a supply side and a demand side to this equation, and it's going to require the collaboration across NGOs, private sector, the public sector, governments. Everybody will have to join in here. But on the demand side, we simply have to change habits and our requirements because the supply side alone is unlikely to resolve this in a sustainable way. But nonetheless, the supply side can make a huge contribution, and increasing productivity in a way that doesn't increase the demand for inputs and for the consumption of resources is exactly where Syngenta is able to step in and make some contribution.
When we look at the debate as it relates to the 17 SDGs for 2030, how does something like your Good Growth Plan fit in? I mean, obviously it is a small step, but what importance does it have?
Well, I think the Good Growth Plan is a small step, and on its own it won't be anywhere near sufficient. But I think it's a really important step because it's such a strong signal coming from one company that one company can make some difference, can add value against the Sustainable Development Goals. And the Good Growth Plan is perfectly aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals in all 6 of the targets that we've set for productivity, reaching smallholders, fair trade, safe practice for everybody. And really bringing all of these things together can make a significant difference, and it's something that Syngenta can act on and is ready to be measured on. And I think one of the key themes coming across this morning is that it's time for action, and we can spend a lot of time talking about how difficult it is, but here's Syngenta acting.
So action and measurable steps, I think, was also one of the key themes. Do you feel that, being very much part of the first green revolution, but now looking at the revolution we're seeing now, that not sitting in our silos of business, corporate, NGO, government, that actually this is important, and something like this sort of forum actually really does have its very real place in getting people out of their silos and taking those active steps?
I think that's exactly right. I mean, silos are the enemy of progress in almost all situations, but especially this one. My last comment in the panel session, when Stephen Sacker asked us each to say one thing we'd like to see done differently, my comment was that I'd like to see here in Europe, right at home for us, collaboration between the NGOs, the private sector, the public sector, government organisations, to have a proper debate about what the key issues are, so that we can understand that the big risks facing us are about consuming too much food and the health issues that come from that. That actually the fear of technology is way overplayed here in Europe to the detriment of the production side, and that we need to move away from business as usual, the confrontational stance that we tend to have, so that we can have that proper debate and that the public can be better informed, reassured about the things they shouldn't be worried about, like technology, and made aware of the concerns they should have about some of the risks that are driving an excessive demand side.
So a call to action then from the forum today, that would be your final thought, that actually to put aside criticisms, differences, and just get on with it?
Yes, let's realise that we can actually do more by working together than by confronting each other.
Jon Parr from Syngenta, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the forum today.
Thank you.